Good morning from Hawaii. It's earlier than I've been up for a while, and I got done milking the goats, and I came down to the water to listen to the waves and listen to some music, and an idea for this video came to me. So pretty much everyone knows and sees that change is the only constant. And I was talking to a friend that's here on the property yesterday on her birthday, and we're talking about when we both entered spiritual paths, and it was focused mainly law of attraction and creating your own reality, which sounded really exciting to me when I was introduced to that, because I didn't like the reality that I was in, so changing it sounded amazing. And it started with focusing on manifesting things that you wanted. And then she brought up that we both experienced was focusing more on the way that we wanted to feel. And which is accurate, because life is about senses and feelings and whatever else. Life is about everything. It's all inclusive. But more so how we feel about something than what we think about something. Every experience has simply one feeling to that experience, but we could have infinite thoughts about that feeling and that experience, which shows that for the most part, not irrelevant, but pretty close to thoughts are pretty much irrelevant, where it's the feeling to that experience that really matters. And then we get to a place of not really feeling at all. If you imagine a dam breaking, and that huge rush of water. And after time, the water slowly calms down. The ease and the flow and the clarity come to the water the more time that it has to purge and release the built-up energy that was there. And our heart works the same way. As we move through life experiencing adversity, we go and we build up stones or boulders or rocks or twigs or whatever it is that we could see and feel that establish this dam that restrict our flow or restrict the flow of moving through us, because we're holding on to painful past experiences. I'm sure pretty much anyone can relate to that. So as we move through the healing journey, I like how Matt Kahn says it brings up cellular memory. Because us, or this as the infinite, timeless, eternal, infinite, whatever now, this, God, source, spirit, at its center, or the void, there is no change. But the second we get outside of that, we're constantly in change. So it's more of the body's journey, because the body gets to experience time. I don't experience time, and I know other people who don't experience time. So that gives us something really that we can look at and feel into. We'll feel into it. So what would it be for you if you got to the place where you just didn't feel? I empath people. I feel what other people feel. And once in a while, back to the river analogy and the dam, like right now, there are little waves. Sometimes there's really big waves. Apparently, once in a while in Hawaii, there's even tsunamis, which I have not experienced as of now. And I may or may not, and it doesn't matter. So the real importance of the feeling that I feel, at least that I'm going to share in this video, when it comes to our feelings, is that until we can be thankful, and I want to add very quick, you do not have to like or enjoy what you are thankful for. That doesn't matter. You don't have to like anything. But when you can honor it and accept it, appreciate it, give thanks for it, everything that life brings you. Because creation didn't have to happen. None of this had to happen, but it's here. And so, if you're looking for the meaning of life, if you're looking for where's the gift of life, if you're looking for anything, stop. Just stop. Let it all go. If you're continuously asking questions, there will continually be an answer. Whatever universal laws fall into that. Law of attraction, a bunch of other laws. I've heard there's 12. I've listened to them, and they all sound pretty legitimate. But if you're always asking for a question, or if you're always asking or having a question, and there's always that answer, and there's always that process of that continuation, yeah, that's part of change. But what if you allowed every moment or this to be the answer? And just for fun, remember, you can do any spiritual practice that you want. And it's all going to lead you back to you. It's all going to lead you back to now. And it's all going to lead you back to this. This is the meaning of life. Now is the meaning of life. You are the meaning of life. And besides that, you can give meaning to it. But perfect that I have the ocean right here. Pick one drop out of that ocean. You can't. It's impossible. It's the ocean of infinite drops that are all one or all the same. But once in a while, if we wanted to be a real smartass about it, when one wave hits a rock and one drop goes up, good, that's what you get to call your body. One drop within the ocean. And for a long time, well, at least for a couple years, my spiritual journey or life has happened very quick transitions. And I think that's fun. Some people get to experience very long transitions, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with anyone's path, because there's nothing wrong with anything. If God created, or self-created, or consciousness, or the void, or whatever it is created, then it's all created from that. Therefore, everything that is divinely created. And anytime you give a meaning to it, you're judging it. Yes. Anytime you give a meaning to anything, it is either judgment or blame. Now, I'm not discrediting the fact that, well, if I said, go grab me that or that, then there's no clarity on it. So with the more simple, like, hey, go grab me the fork, it's okay to call things a fork or identify with it in that way. But if we're going to look at the bigger part of life, which is life, and we stop giving meaning to it, if we could identify one drop out of that ocean, and that one drop would be you or me, and that one drop was attempting to give meaning to the totality of the infinite eternal ocean, you're going to get a very limited perspective. So what if you allow the ocean, or this, your life, to give you the meaning and you stop seeking for anything? If you've had an awakening and you've had the all is one realization, or if you've had any realization where you realize that oneness is the only thing, you've seen within, seek within and you shall see, or you shall find. After that point, at least for me, it's a continuous acknowledgement simply by saying thank you. But I don't look for anything. And when it comes to the feelings, which is what this video was inspired to be, or for, when we start saying thank you for the adversity, the struggle, the loneliness, the depression, the anxiety, the frustration, the emptiness, the abandonment, the blame, the despair. When we start saying thank you to those, and you start feeling that wall that you've built up around your heart start to crack. When you finally start seeing that light, remember, I'm sure this could be easy to imagine. Anyone, the Hoover Dam, you don't know what it is or seen it, look up pictures on the Google. That, oh, there's the dog. Hi, Doozy. That when a dam starts to go, say one rock jumps out. We'll say this is more of an older dam made out of rocks, not just solid concrete and shit. One rock goes, and all of a sudden water is spouting out. And that could be scary because holy shit, flow is happening and oh my god, is this okay? And it could cause anxiety and worry and things are starting, oh shit. But that's actually very good because this too shall pass. Everything shall pass. So, as each rock is dismantled from your dam, it might be scary in the beginning. New waters flowing, new momentum, new change, no longer stagnation in that place. And if you've been in a loop, which a lot of people are finally breaking out of, but they're not exactly quite sure how, it may or may not be gentle. That one, I have no answer for you. I can share with you my own experience, and it wasn't very gentle at all. Tears and rage and everything, every emotion that we could call on the side of adversity coming through, and I let it consume me. I let it burn me away because I realized that I am the light. And fire is light, and I am the fire, so I invited my pain, I invited my struggle, I invited my hate, I invited my frustration, I invited my abandonment, I invited my rage, I invited everything that I felt disheartened about into the fire, as the fire. And as it came, it hit and it blew on the fire, but it got consumed and it became consumed and it turned back into light. I don't even know if I'm happy, but I'm at peace. Peace is more of an embodiment or a state of being, where happiness you could relate more to an emotion. And again, I don't really feel a whole lot of anything. And to me, that is very peaceful. So I invite you, whoever may be listening to this, to run into that fire, to start saying thank you to everything. Because until you do, the constant change will keep on happening. But the change that you'll receive, the universe will just simply give you another experience to show you what you have yet to give thanks for. So if you're in a emotional state of despair and you keep running from the despair, life is going to keep on giving you things to represent being despaired or frustrated or anxious or depressed or hurt or abused or abandoned or whatever it may be. You don't get to create your reality by what you want. You create your reality by who you are, and you as who you are is the infinite, eternal now, the oneness, the thisness, the isness, is simply by allowing life to do whatever life is going to do. I realized that if life needed to kill me, to absolutely devastate me, even if it could somehow happen to the point of not even existing. But the thing is, you've always existed and you always will. But in that, I'm like, you know what? Life, go ahead and devastate me. Go ahead and kill me. And it did just that. It devastated me to the point where anything that enters my life will leave with the same amount of thanksgiving as it entered. I don't care what happens. And in that, I find peace. even better in that I am peaceful. Excuse me. Quite nice, isn't it? Blessed to be here. Blessed to be me. Oh, and imagine that what I was thinking of saying had disappeared, and then all of it came back. Remember, let it go and it will come. So I asked life to kill me, and I gave it its permission to kill me, and that's exactly what it did. It killed everything that I believe that I am. To let the real me emerge. To where there is no old me anymore, there is just this. And whatever this is, I am. This is everything I've ever wanted to be. This is everything I've ever wanted to have. This is everything I've ever wanted to know right here and now. And in that knowing, I know that change is the only constant, and I don't care what change happens. I used to care a lot. Oh, I need it to be this way, or I want it to be that way, because then, do you actually know what you want? I guarantee you don't know what other people want. Treat others the way you would like to be treated, or the way they would like to be treated. Well, you don't know how anyone wants to be treated. Most people don't even know how they want to be treated. I don't. I want life to do whatever it's going to do because I know everything is of service and everything is a gift. Again, I don't care what life does. And if it does ever get to the point to where I have absolute what people call free will and could shoot fireworks out of my fingers or say, oh, awaken, and that person awakens, or I could say Ferrari, or whatever the hell. I don't care if that happens either. When I stop looking for my spiritual gifts, when I stopped looking for enlightenment, I had the realization of my enlightenment in summer of 2016 when I was driving with a friend. A friend of mine was driving me towards wherever the hell it was I was going. And he said, Infinity, what do you think enlightenment is? And I made fun of it. I'm like, oh, well, if I was going to give a definition to enlightenment, blah, 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 and holy shit, did the universe, thisness, hit me and said, yes, you are enlightened. And I wasn't able to say anything. His body didn't speak for about 5 minutes. It was one of those reality-shattering experiences. Way more profound than my first awakening. And then liberation came. And I'm literally okay with everything. Like, if I get frustrated, and it happens, and it's really exciting when, here's a fun one. So say something irks me. It's really fun. It's actually really fun when I sense frustration or annoyance. And that's about the extent of a lower vibration that I experience anymore. I get really excited about it. Be like, oh my God, someone left a dirty cup out. I want to rage. In all of this epicness and joy, I want to rage about this dirty cup. And then if all of a sudden if I become aware of a thought and it's like something that most people would discern as something they didn't want, I get really excited about it. If I empath anyone's adversity or the little ripples of what still shows up, and I'm thankful, epically thankful, because all of a sudden, hey, look, I stepped on a rock. Oh, wow, thank you. I've actually gotten frustrated at the frustration for leaving so soon. Come back here, adversity. I was just starting to have fun with you and you left. Damn it. Be playful. As Mr. Van Wilder said, don't take life too seriously. You're not going to make it out alive anyways. What is life? This. I know I'm dreaming right now. I know you're dreaming right now. That saying, live the dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but the dream. Alright, with that, I'm done. I'm done milking goats. It's pretty sexy, I must say. Supposedly we're gonna get some rain here today in Hawaii. I am currently, here we'll go like that, 4 feet from a 215-foot cliff. Yay! Alright, you sexy fuckers. I love you all. Be blessed. You are all already everything you've ever wanted to be. It didn't stop. Okay. Well, I did the thank you. I planned on hitting the stop. I see there. Stop planning anything. Seriously. You want to make the universe laugh? Make a plan. All right. With that one, I'm out. Later.